Today I stand before you with a single, life-changing declaration: wealth is mine now. Not tomorrow, not someday, right now. I don't chase wealth. I don't beg for it. I mentally marry it. Drawing from the timeless wisdom of Dr. Joseph Murphy, the father of subconscious mind power, I have discovered that true wealth begins in the mind. When you impress the idea of wealth deeply into your subconscious, when you emotionally unite with it as your rightful partner, the universe rearranges itself to deliver riches, opportunities, and abundance into your life. This is not wishful thinking. This is the law of the mind. This is mental marriage with wealth. And today, you will learn how to marry wealth mentally and claim it as yours forever. Wealth is mine now. This is not a distant hope or a future promise. It is the present reality that you claim with every fiber of your being. Right here, in this very moment, wealth belongs to you because you have decided to own it mentally. Dr. Joseph Murphy revealed that wealth is never something you chase externally. It is a state of consciousness that you build within. When you declare, wealth is mine now, you are not speaking empty words. You're impressing upon the creative power of your subconscious mind the absolute truth that abundance flows freely and constantly into your life. The subconscious does not argue, it does not question, and it does not delay. It simply accepts what you feel to be true and begins to arrange circumstances, opportunities, people, and events to match that inner conviction. Think about how the mind works. Your conscious mind is the gardener that chooses the seeds, but your subconscious mind is the fertile soil that grows whatever is planted there. If you plant seeds of lack, worry, or limitation, those are exactly what will sprout in your outer world as financial struggles, mischances, or constant scarcity. But when you plant the seed of wealth is mine now, with deep feeling and quiet certainty, that idea takes root and expands rapidly. The subconscious mind operates like a vast invisible force that knows no boundaries. It draws from the infinite intelligence of the universe and brings your dominant thoughts into physical form. This is why some people seem to attract money effortlessly, while others work twice as hard and still face shortages. The difference is not luck or background. It is the mental marriage they have made with wealth or with poverty. To truly understand this, consider that wealth is ultimately a thought image in your mind. Dr. Murphy often explained that you will not become rich merely by repeating, "I am a millionaire," like a parrot. Mechanical words achieve nothing. What transforms your life is building the idea of wealth and abundance into your mentality until it becomes a subconscious conviction. You grow into wealth consciousness by feeling the reality of riches now. Feel the joy of financial freedom. Feel the excitement of having more than enough for every need and desire. Feel the peace that comes from knowing supply is always available. When these feelings dominate your inner world, the outer world must reshape itself to reflect them. The law is precise. The feeling of wealth produces wealth. Many people unknowingly reject riches because of old conditioning. They may view money as evil, or believe that being rich makes you selfish, or carry the idea that there is never enough to go around. Such thoughts act like weeds that choke the garden of the mind. Dr. Murphy taught that criticizing money causes it to flee from you. Whatever you condemn tends to disappear from your experience. Instead of resenting those who have wealth, celebrate their success. By doing so, you align yourself with the flow of abundance rather than blocking it. Your subconscious mind responds to your dominant emotional tone. If that tone is one of acceptance, gratitude, and expectancy, riches begin to multiply in surprising ways. The process starts with quieting the surface chatter of the conscious mind. Sit comfortably, relax your body, and let your thoughts slow down. In that peaceful state, which is especially powerful just before sleep or upon waking, gently impress the idea of wealth. Use statements that carry emotional weight. Wealth is mine now. Money circulates freely and joyfully in my life. There is always a divine surplus. Do not strain or force the words. Speak them with the calm assurance that what you are saying is already true. Feel the warmth of prosperity spreading through you. Picture yourself handling money with ease, paying bills with gratitude, and enjoying the freedom that comes with financial security. These mental images are not daydreams. They are the blueprints that your subconscious mind uses to construct your reality. Dr. Murphy shared the powerful concept of mentally marrying wealth. Just as a real marriage is a union of hearts and minds, a mental marriage is a complete oneness with the idea of abundance. Your subconscious accepts as your spouse whatever you unite with emotionally. When you mentally marry wealth, you commit to it fully. You stop flirting with thoughts of lack and instead remain faithful to the vision of plenty. You claim, God supplies all my needs according to his riches and glory, or simply, I am divinely expressed and I have a wonderful income. Repeat this with feeling until the idea sinks deep and becomes part of your inner knowing. Once that marriage is consummated in consciousness, opportunities appear as if by magic. Unexpected checks arrive, new clients call, ideas for income flow effortlessly, and doors that once seemed locked swing wide open. This mental union works because the subconscious mind is connected to the infinite source of all supply. There is no shortage in the universe, only in human thinking. When you remove the mental blocks of doubt and fear, the natural flow resumes. Imagine a river that has been dammed by debris. Remove the obstacles and the water rushes forward again. Your doubts and limiting beliefs are that debris. Replace them with the living truth that wealth is your natural state. You are born to express abundance in every area of life, spiritually, mentally, and materially. Poverty is not a virtue, it is simply a mistaken conviction in the mind. Correct that conviction and prosperity follows. Every day thousands of thoughts pass through your mind. Most people let them drift randomly, accepting whatever the world throws at them. But you now choose deliberately. You become the master of your mental garden. Whenever a thought of lack tries to enter, gently turn it away and replace it with, wealth is mine now. Do this consistently, and the new pattern strengthens. Repetition with feeling is the key. It is not enough to say the words once or twice. Saturate your mind morning and night. Let the idea of wealth become as natural as breathing. Look upon wealth as the air you breathe, always available, always renewing itself. This attitude shifts everything. Consider real examples from Dr. Murphy's teachings. A man who is deeply in debt began to impress his subconscious with the idea of constant supply. He repeated quietly, money is forever circulating freely in my life, and there is always a divine surplus. He did this several times a day, especially before sleep, feeling the truth of it. Within months, new business ideas came to him. Old debts were cleared in unexpected ways, and his income more than doubled. Another person, a teacher earning a modest salary, desired a luxurious coat she could not afford. Instead of feeling deprived, she mentally accepted the joy of owning beautiful things. She visualized herself wearing the coat with delight and gave thanks as though it were already hers. Shortly after, an inheritance arrived that allowed her to buy not only the coat, but many other desired items. These stories illustrate the same principle. What you subjectively possess in consciousness, you will objectively experience in your world. The subconscious mind responds best when you approach it with faith and ease. Do not watch anxiously for results or keep checking if wealth has arrived yet. That anxiety creates resistance. Instead, plant the seed and trust the growth process. Just as a farmer does not dig up the seed every day to see if it is sprouting, you leave your mental impression alone after planting it with conviction. Go about your daily activities knowing that the creative power within is working on your behalf. Miracles of manifestation happen when you combine clear intention with relaxed expectancy. Wealth is not only about large sums of money. It includes the ability to enjoy life fully, to give generously, to travel, to support causes you believe in, and to live without constant financial worry. When you marry wealth mentally, you invite all these blessings. You begin to notice synchronicities. The right person appears at the right time. The perfect opportunity knocks. Creative ideas flood your awareness. Your subconscious becomes your silent partner in success, guiding you toward wise decisions and prosperous actions. It prompts you to take inspired steps that you might have missed before. As you continue this practice, your entire vibration changes. You carry yourself differently. You speak with greater confidence. You make decisions from a place of abundance rather than scarcity. People are drawn to this energy because it feels expansive and life-giving. Opportunities multiply because like attracts like. The more you feel wealthy inside, the more evidence of wealth shows up outside. This is law of mind and action, cause and effect operating perfectly through your thoughts and feelings. Dr. Murphy emphasized that God, or the infinite intelligence, loves to express through you as harmony, peace, beauty, joy, and abundance. There is nothing spiritual about struggling financially. You honor the divine within you when you claim your right to live richly. Wealth allows you to express more of your potential and to help others more effectively. It frees you to focus on what truly matters: creativity, service, love, and growth. When you declare, "Wealth is mine now," you are aligning with this higher purpose. You are saying yes to the full expression of life. Practice the technique regularly. Choose a short, powerful statement that resonates with you. Wealth flows to me easily and joyfully now. Or, I am one with the infinite supply of wealth. Repeat it slowly with deep feeling, 4 or 5 minutes at a time, 3 or 4 times daily. Especially powerful moments are just before falling asleep, because the subconscious is highly receptive then. As you drift off, let the feeling of being wealthy wrap around you like a warm blanket. Wake up with the same conviction. Throughout the day, whenever you handle money or think about finances, affirm silently that it is increasing and circulating freely. Avoid mixing your mental marriage with contradictory thoughts. If worry arises, do not fight it. Simply pivot back to the truth: wealth is mine now. The subconscious accepts your dominant feeling, so keep returning to the feeling of abundance. Over time, the old patterns dissolve and the new consciousness of wealth becomes automatic. You will find yourself naturally making better choices, attracting better circumstances, and experiencing greater ease in all financial matters. This mental discipline is available to anyone, regardless of current bank balance or past mistakes. The past has no power unless you give it power through memory and regret. Release it. The present moment is where you plant new seeds. Today is the day you begin your mental marriage with wealth. Feel it deeply. Believe it completely. Live from that inner knowing, the universe responds to the person who has made a firm decision in consciousness. When you stand unwavering in the truth that wealth is yours now, every force in nature begins to cooperate with you. The beauty of this principle is its simplicity and universality. It does not require special talents, connections, or even large amounts of effort in the outer sense. The real work is inner, consistent, feeling-filled impression upon the subconscious. As that impression deepens, the outer results appear with increasing speed and magnitude. What once seemed impossible becomes natural. What once felt distant becomes your everyday reality. Keep nourishing the idea. Talk about wealth in positive, expectant terms. Bless the money that comes to you and bless the money that flows through you. See it as a friend, a useful tool for good. When you make friends with money in this way, it stays and multiplies. Dr. Murphy often reminded people that the subconscious mind is like a bank. Deposit thoughts of plenty, and you will receive dividends of plenty. Deposit thoughts of limitation, and the account shows scarcity. The choice is always yours. As this conviction grows stronger within you, notice how life begins to support your new mental stance. Bills that once caused stress are paid with calm assurance. New sources of income reveal themselves. Creative solutions appear for old problems. Your energy lifts because you are no longer carrying the heavy burden of financial fear. You move through the world with lightness and expectancy, knowing that supply is infinite and always available. This is the power you tap into when you declare with full emotional acceptance, "Wealth is mine now." It is not a one-time statement, but a living, breathing attitude that you embody every day. Each repetition, each feeling of gratitude, each visualization strengthens the mental marriage. The bond becomes unbreakable. Wealth, and you become one in consciousness and therefore one in experience. Continue feeding your subconscious with these life-affirming ideas. Let every thought, every word, every emotion align with the truth of abundance. The more you do this, the more automatic it becomes. Soon, prosperity consciousness is your default state. You no longer have to remind yourself. You simply are wealthy in mind, and the outer world catches up beautifully. The subconscious mind never sleeps. Even while your body rests, it continues working on the impressions you have given it. That is why evening impressions are so potent. End your day on a note of wealth and wake up to new possibilities. This rhythm creates momentum. Day after day, the inner picture clarifies and the outer manifestation accelerates. Many who apply these principles report that after a period of consistent practice, breakthroughs happen suddenly. A single idea, a chance meeting, or an inspired action shifts everything. This is the subconscious delivering on the mental image you have held faithfully. Trust the process completely. Doubt is the only thing that can interrupt the flow. So replace it instantly with the statement, "Wealth is mine now," and feel its truth. You have the right to be rich. You have the right to live abundantly. Claim that right mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Marry wealth in the quiet chambers of your mind and watch as it becomes your faithful companion in every area of life. The infinite intelligence within you knows exactly how to bring this about in the easiest and most harmonious way. Your only job is to provide the clear, feeling-rich idea and maintain the inner union. Every successful person who enjoys lasting prosperity operates from some version of this consciousness, whether they call it by the same name or not. They expect good things. They feel deserving of abundance. They focus on plenty rather than lack. You are now doing the same, consciously and deliberately. This gives you an enormous advantage because you understand the mechanism. You are not guessing or hoping. You are directing the creative power within you with knowledge and purpose. As the idea of wealth settles deeper, you may notice subtle changes at first. A better mood around money matters, a sudden inspiration, a small but meaningful financial improvement. Celebrate these signs. They are proof that the subconscious is responding. Build on them with more gratitude and stronger conviction. The momentum increases. What starts as a trickle becomes a steady stream, then a river of abundance. Remember always that the feeling is the secret. It is not enough to think about wealth. You must feel wealthy. Feel the security, the freedom, the joy, the generosity that true prosperity brings. Pour life and love into that feeling. Make it vivid and real in your imagination. Your subconscious accepts this emotionalized thought as a command and sets about fulfilling it without fail. This mental marriage is sacred and personal. It happens inside you between your conscious choice and your deeper mind. No one else needs to know the details. Keep your focus inward, and the results will speak outwardly. Others may wonder at your growing success, but you will know the source, the deliberate impression of wealth upon the creative subconscious. Continue this practice with patience and persistence. Some impressions take longer to manifest because of previous contrary programming, but every positive input weakens the old patterns and strengthens the new. Stay consistent. The rewards are worth every moment of inner discipline. Financial freedom, peace of mind, the ability to bless others, and the joy of living fully. All these become your natural experience. Wealth is mine now. Let this truth echo within you throughout the day and night. Feel it in your heart. Accept it in your mind. Live it in your actions. The subconscious mind, being infinitely responsive and powerfully creative, will bring forth a life of richness beyond what you currently imagine. The union is complete when doubt is replaced by knowing, fear by faith, and scarcity by boundless supply. As you walk this path, more and more evidence will confirm what you have claimed. The world around you begins to mirror your inner marriage with wealth. Opportunities multiply, resources appear, and a sense of effortless flow replaces struggle. This is the natural outcome of aligning your mind with the infinite abundance that surrounds and flows through all life. The technique is always the same in essence. Quiet the mind, impress the desired idea with feeling, and trust the subconscious to do its perfect work. Apply it specifically to wealth, and watch the transformation unfold. Your financial picture improves not through frantic effort, but through this steady, confident inner work. Many have transformed their lives completely using these exact principles from Dr. Joseph Murphy. They moved from debt and worry to surplus and freedom. They discovered that the only real limit was in their own thinking. And once that limit was removed mentally, outer limits dissolved as well. You stand at the same threshold now. The declaration, "Wealth is mine now," opens the door wide. Keep impressing this truth. Let it become the background music of your mind. In conversations, in decisions, in quiet moments, let the knowing that wealth is yours guide you. This consistent alignment creates a magnetic field that attracts prosperous conditions naturally and joyfully. The subconscious mind is your faithful servant. Give it the right orders of plenty, success, and freedom, and it will execute them with precision. Feel the reality of wealth now, and the manifestation must follow. There is no exception to this mental law when applied with conviction and persistence. Every breath can become a reminder. Inhale abundance. Exhale any lingering sense of lack. With each heartbeat, affirm the flow of wealth into your life. Make your entire being a living embodiment of the statement, "Wealth is mine now." This total acceptance accelerates the process dramatically. As days turn into weeks and weeks into months, the new consciousness solidifies. What once required conscious effort becomes your automatic way of being. You think prosperously, speak prosperously, and act prosperously without having to remind yourself constantly. The mental marriage has become a permanent union, and wealth flows as a natural part of your daily experience. This is the power you hold. This is the gift Dr. Joseph Murphy shared through his profound understanding of the subconscious. By claiming wealth as yours in the present moment and uniting with it emotionally and mentally, you activate forces that reshape your entire financial reality. The journey is inward, the results are outward, and the transformation is inevitable for those who persist in the truth. Wealth is mine now. Hold this idea tenderly yet firmly. Nourish it daily with positive feeling and quiet repetition. Allow it to expand within you until it fills every corner of your consciousness. When it does, your outer world will reflect that inner fullness in magnificent and delightful ways. The subconscious never fails those who impress it clearly and confidently. Your declaration sets the creative process in motion, and the universe responds in kind. Continue deepening this mental marriage every single day. Feel richer, expect greater things, and give thanks in advance for the abundance that is already on its way. The more you live from this place of inner wealth, the faster and more beautifully the outer expression appears. There is no ceiling to what can unfold once the mind is fully aligned with the idea of limitless supply. The path is clear and accessible. It requires no special tools or external validation, only your willingness to claim what is already yours by divine right. Wealth is not reserved for a few. It is the natural heritage of anyone who chooses to accept it in consciousness. You are making that choice now, powerfully and deliberately. Let every thought reinforce the central truth. Let every emotion support the feeling of prosperity. Let every action flow from the knowing that supply is unlimited and always available. In this way, the mental marriage with wealth becomes the foundation of a rich, fulfilling, and abundant life that continues to expand. The subconscious mind waits for your direction. Give it the command of wealth with love, faith, and joyful expectancy. Watch as it responds by opening channels of income, bringing inspired ideas, attracting helpful people, and creating circumstances that support your growing prosperity. This partnership between your conscious decision and subconscious power is the master key that unlocks every door to financial freedom. Wealth is mine now. This statement is your anchor, your affirmation, and your living reality. Return to it often. Feel its truth deeply. Allow it to rewrite any old stories of limitation. The new story is one of abundance, ease, and continuous good fortune. Your subconscious is already at work making this story your actual experience. As you persist, the results compound. Small improvements lead to larger ones. Confidence grows. Gratitude deepens. The cycle of prosperity reinforces itself beautifully. What begins as a mental declaration becomes a tangible, lived reality that touches every part of your world. This is the essence of the teaching. By marrying wealth mentally, by uniting with the idea of abundance in thought and feeling, you set into motion the infallible laws of mind. The universe, through the medium of your subconscious, delivers according to your inner acceptance. Claim it fully, feel it completely, and live it joyfully. The riches you seek are already seeking you in return. Keep this process alive and vibrant within you. The more attention and emotion you give to the idea that wealth is yours now, the stronger its creative power becomes. There is no limit to how much good can flow into a mind that is conditioned for plenty. Open yourself wider each day. Expect more. Accept more. Enjoy more. The mental marriage is a continuous, loving relationship with the principle of abundance. Treat it as such, with respect, consistency, and deep appreciation. In return, it will provide for you in ways that exceed your greatest expectations. The subconscious mind delights in expressing wealth through those who truly believe and feel its presence within. Every moment is an opportunity to strengthen this union. In traffic, in meetings, in quiet evenings, gently bring your mind back to wealth is mine now, and let the feeling of it wash over you. This gentle persistence yields extraordinary results over time. The transformation is gradual yet profound, steady yet unstoppable. Dr. Joseph Murphy's wisdom shows us that we are not victims of circumstance but creators of experience through the power of our own minds. By choosing wealth consciousness deliberately, you step into your rightful role as a conscious creator. You no longer wait for conditions to change. You change the inner condition, and the outer world follows. Wealth is mine now. Let these words sink deeper with every reading, every repetition, every quiet moment of reflection. Feel them becoming part of your very identity. You are a prosperous being. You are connected to infinite supply. You are worthy of all the good that life offers. This knowing is the foundation upon which lasting abundance is built. As the impression takes hold completely, you will look back and marvel at how simple yet powerful the shift was. From mental lack to mental plenty. That single change alters everything. Opportunities that were invisible become obvious. Resources that were scarce become plentiful. Life itself becomes more generous because you have aligned with its generous nature. Continue nurturing this beautiful mental marriage. Water it with gratitude. Shine light on it with positive expectation. Protect it from contrary thoughts by replacing them immediately with the truth. In doing so, you ensure that wealth remains your constant companion, growing richer and more fulfilling with each passing day. The subconscious mind is infinitely intelligent and responsive. It knows exactly how to bring your accepted ideas into form. Trust it. Cooperate with it. Feed it only the highest and best thoughts about wealth and prosperity. The rewards will be beyond measure. Financial freedom, inner peace, joyful expression, and the deep satisfaction of living a truly abundant life. Wealth is mine now. This is your declaration, your practice, and your reality. Hold it sacred, live it fully. Watch as the outer world rearranges itself to match the glorious inner vision you have impressed so faithfully upon the creative power within you. The process is reliable, the outcome is certain, and the journey is one of increasing joy and expansion. Keep impressing, keep feeling, keep accepting, and the riches will continue to unfold in perfect divine order. Your mental marriage with wealth is now sealed in consciousness, and its blessings will manifest in beautiful and surprising ways. For as long as you remain true to the inner truth, that wealth is indeed yours, now and always. Mental marriage with wealth means entering into a complete, sacred, an unbreakable union with the idea of abundance in the depths of your subconscious mind. Just as in a real marriage where two people commit fully to each other in heart, mind, and spirit, a mental marriage requires you to unite emotionally and consciously with the feeling and conviction of being wealthy. Dr. Joseph Murphy explained this powerful concept by drawing from biblical symbolism. Your wife in consciousness is whatever you are mentally joined to, united with, or at one with. When you mentally marry wealth, you stop flirting with thoughts of lack, limitation, or financial struggle, and instead commit yourself wholly to the truth that riches flow freely and joyfully into your life. This union begins when you claim, feel, and believe statements such as, God supplies all my needs according to his riches and glory, or I am divinely expressed and I have a wonderful income. These are not empty phrases repeated mechanically like a parrot. You must pour life, love, and genuine feeling into them until they become alive within you. The subconscious mind does not respond to cold intellectual words. It accepts what you emotionally accept as true. When you emotionally unite with wealth, your deeper mind takes that impression as a command and begins to execute it by attracting opportunities, ideas, people, and circumstances that match your inner state. Think of it this way. The subconscious is like a faithful spouse that mirrors whatever you commit to in consciousness. If you mentally marry criticism, fear, or scarcity, those become the children or experiences that appear in your outer world. More bills, more worries, more lack. But when you consciously choose to marry wealth, you give conception to prosperity, surplus, and financial freedom. You subjectively possess riches first in your mind and feelings, and only then do they manifest objectively in your bank account, career, investments, and daily supply. The feeling of wealth produces wealth, because wealth itself is ultimately a state of consciousness. To enter this mental marriage, you first quiet the wheels of your mind. Find a peaceful moment, preferably just before sleep or upon waking when the subconscious is highly receptive. Relax your body completely, let go of outer concerns, and enter a drowsy meditative state. In that relaxed condition, gently impress the idea of abundance. Repeat slowly and with deep conviction, money is forever circulating freely in my life, and there is always a divine surplus. Feel the truth of these words. Sense the joy of having more than enough. Visualize yourself handling money with ease, paying bills with gratitude, enjoying beautiful things, and sharing generously without worry. Make the mental picture vivid and emotionally charged. This is not daydreaming. It is the deliberate act of engraving a new pattern into the creative power of your subconscious. Dr. Murphy often advised people facing financial difficulties not to start with bold claims like, I am a millionaire, if their dominant feeling is still one of lack. Such statements can create inner conflict because the subconscious accepts the stronger mood. Instead, begin with harmonious ideas that both conscious and subconscious can agree upon. I am prospering every day. I am growing in wealth and wisdom every day. Every day my wealth is multiplying. I am advancing, growing, and moving forward financially. These build momentum without resistance. As the feeling of prosperity strengthens, you naturally shift into fuller acceptance of greater riches. A beautiful illustration comes from a teacher in California who earned a modest salary, yet desired a luxurious ermine coat priced at $8,000. Instead of feeling deprived when she saw it in a store window, she mentally accepted it as hers. She felt the joy of owning and wearing such a beautiful garment. She gave thanks as though it were already in her possession. Within a short time, an unexpected inheritance arrived that allowed her to purchase not only the coat, but many other desired items. She had subjectively possessed the coat first through feeling and mental union, and the outer manifestation followed naturally. This is the power of mentally marrying the desired good. Another striking example is the young woman who admired an expensive Spanish leather shoulder bag in a Beverly Hills shop. Her first impulse was to think she could never afford it, but she remembered the principle. She reversed the thought immediately and declared with conviction, "That bag is mine. It is for sale." I accept it mentally, and my subconscious sees to it that I receive it. Later that same day, her fiancé presented her with the exact bag as a gift. She had mentally married the idea of owning that beautiful item, and the subconscious arranged the perfect channel for its arrival. These stories show that when you unite emotionally with wealth or any specific desire, the infinite intelligence within you finds harmonious ways to bring it about. The mental marriage works because your subconscious mind is connected to the infinite source of all supply. There is no real shortage in the universe, only in human thinking. When you remove mental blocks of doubt, fear, or resentment toward money, the natural flow of abundance resumes. Money is like blood circulating in the body. When it flows freely and joyously, you experience economic health. Criticizing money or viewing it as evil causes it to flee from your experience. Instead, bless money. See it as a useful, constructive tool for good. Love it wisely and use it judiciously. When you make friends with wealth in consciousness, it stays and multiplies in your life. To deepen the union, practice consistent, feeling-filled repetition. Several times each day, especially morning and night, sit quietly and affirm with conviction. I like money. I love it. I use it wisely, constructively, and judiciously. Money is constantly circulating in my life. I release it with joy, and it returns to me multiplied in a wonderful way. It is good and very good. Money flows to me in avalanches of abundance. Feel these words. Let gratitude and expectancy fill your heart. Avoid watching anxiously for results or doubting whether the marriage is working. Anxiety creates resistance. Plant the seed of wealth, consciousness, and trust the subconscious to do its perfect work, just as a farmer trusts the soil to grow the planted seed. Many people unknowingly remain in a mental marriage with poverty because of old conditioning. They carry beliefs that money is hard to get, that rich people are selfish, or that there is never enough to go around. These beliefs act as a spouse that produces only lack. To dissolve them, consciously release any resentment toward those who have wealth. Celebrate their success. By doing so, you align yourself with the flow of abundance rather than blocking it. Your subconscious responds to your dominant emotional tone. Make that tone one of acceptance, joy, and confident expectancy. As you persist in this mental marriage, your entire vibration changes. You begin to carry yourself with greater confidence. Decisions flow from a place of abundance rather than scarcity. People and opportunities are drawn to your expansive energy. Creative ideas emerge effortlessly. Synchronicities appear. The right person calls at the right time. The perfect solution reveals itself. New income streams open unexpectedly. This is the subconscious mind acting as your silent, powerful partner, guiding you toward prosperous actions and harmonious outcomes. Dr. Murphy emphasized that you do not become rich by hard labor alone or by chasing money frantically. Trying to accumulate wealth through the sweat of your brow often leads to becoming the richest person in the graveyard. True wealth comes from building the mental equivalent first. Impress the idea of constant supply deeply into the subconscious until it becomes a conditioned state of consciousness. Then outer riches appear with increasing ease and speed. The real work is inner, consistent, loving union with the thought and feeling of abundance. In the beginning, some may feel resistance because old patterns of lack are still strong. That is natural. Whenever a thought of limitation arises, do not fight it. Gently pivot back to your chosen spouse. Wealth. Replace the negative thought with wealth flows to me freely and joyously now, or there is always a divine surplus in my life. Over time, repetition with feeling weakens the old mental marriage and strengthens the new one. The subconscious is compulsive by nature. It will express whatever you impress upon it most dominantly. Make wealth your dominant impression. Consider the salesman who applied these principles and quintupled his income. He stopped focusing on struggle and began mentally marrying the idea of prosperous sales and satisfied customers. He affirmed daily that he was advancing financially and providing wonderful service. He felt the satisfaction of success. Within months, his commission soared because his inner conviction attracted better opportunities and more receptive clients. Another person, deeply in debt, shifted from fear to faith by repeating harmonious statements of increasing supply. New ideas came, old debts cleared in unexpected ways, and his financial picture transformed completely. The beauty of mentally marrying wealth is its simplicity and accessibility. It requires no special background, connections, or large amounts of physical effort. The power lies in your ability to choose what you unite with in consciousness. You can begin right now, in this very moment. Close your eyes, relax, and feel the warm, secure feeling of being financially free. Sense the peace of knowing that all your needs are met abundantly. Pour love and gratitude into that feeling. This emotional union is the secret that activates the creative law of mind. As the marriage deepens, you will notice subtle yet powerful shifts. Worry about money decreases. Gratitude increases. You handle financial matters with calm assurance. Small improvements appear first. An unexpected refund, a better deal, a helpful contact. Celebrate these signs because they prove the subconscious is responding. Build upon them with stronger conviction and more vivid feeling. The momentum grows. What starts as a gentle stream of good becomes a river of abundance. Your subconscious mind never sleeps. It continues working on the impressions you give it even while your body rests. That is why impressions made just before sleep are especially potent. End your day by uniting with wealth in feeling and thought. Drift off to sleep, wrapped in the warm conviction that you are prosperous and divinely supplied. Wake up with the same knowing. This daily rhythm creates unstoppable momentum toward greater riches. Avoid mixing your mental marriage with contradictory thoughts or emotions. If doubt or fear tries to intrude, return immediately to your affirmation with feeling. The subconscious accepts the dominant mood. Keep returning to the mood of opulence and plenty until it becomes your natural state. Soon, prosperity consciousness operates automatically. You think, speak, and act from abundance without constant effort. The mental marriage has become a permanent, joyful union. This principle applies universally, regardless of your current financial situation or past experiences. The past has no power except what you give it through memory and regret. Release it now. The present moment is where you form your new mental marriage. Today, choose to unite with wealth completely. Feel deserving of all good things. Know that infinite riches surround you. If you open your mental eyes and behold the treasure house within, Dr. Murphy often reminded people that God, or the infinite intelligence, loves to express through you as harmony, peace, beauty, joy, and abundance. There is nothing spiritual about financial struggle. Claiming your right to live richly honors the divine presence within you. Wealth frees you to express more creativity, to serve others more effectively, and to enjoy life fully. When you mentally marry wealth, you align with this higher purpose and allow the infinite supply to flow through you in wonderful ways. Practice the technique with patience and persistence. Some old patterns may take time to dissolve, but every positive impression weakens them and strengthens the new consciousness. Stay consistent. The rewards, financial freedom, inner peace, joyful giving, and expanding good are worth every moment of inner discipline. Keep pouring life and feeling into your chosen statements. Let them become meaningful and alive to you. As you continue, more and more evidence will confirm your mental marriage. Opportunities multiply, resources appear when needed, life itself becomes more generous because you have aligned with its generous nature. The subconscious mind is infinitely intelligent and responsive. It knows exactly how to bring your accepted ideas into form in the easiest and most harmonious way. Your role is to provide the clear, emotionally charged idea and maintain the loving union. Mental marriage with wealth is a continuous, sacred relationship with the principle of abundance. Treat it with respect, consistency, and deep appreciation. In return, it will provide for you in ways that exceed your greatest expectations. The feeling of wealth produces wealth. Keep this truth alive in your mind at all times. Your subconscious is like a universal bank that magnifies whatever you deposit, ideas of wealth or ideas of poverty. Choose wealth consciously and emotionally every day. Let every thought reinforce the union. Let every emotion support the feeling of prosperity. Let every action flow from the knowing that supply is unlimited and always available. In this way, the mental marriage becomes the foundation of a rich, fulfilling, and ever-expanding life. The subconscious delights in expressing abundance through those who truly believe and feel its presence within. Continue nurturing this beautiful union daily. Water it with gratitude. Shine light on it with positive expectation. Protect it from contrary thoughts by replacing them instantly with the truth of your mental marriage. As you do, wealth remains your constant, faithful companion, growing richer and more wonderful with each passing day. The subconscious mind waits for your direction. Give it the command of wealth with love, faith, and joyful expectancy. Watch as it responds by opening channels of income, bringing inspired ideas, attracting helpful people, and creating circumstances that support your growing prosperity. This partnership between your conscious commitment and subconscious power is the master key that unlocks every door to financial freedom and joyful living. Mental marriage with wealth transforms your entire relationship with money and success. You no longer chase riches externally. You become a magnet for them because you have united with them internally. The outer world must reflect what you have accepted and felt to be true in the inner chambers of your mind. This is the infallible law that Dr. Joseph Murphy taught so clearly and demonstrated through countless real-life examples. Keep impressing the idea with feeling. Let the conviction that you are one with infinite supply grow stronger each day. The more attention and emotion you give to this mental union, the faster and more beautifully the outer expression of wealth appears. There is no limit to the good that can flow into a mind that is faithfully married to abundance. This union is personal and sacred. It happens quietly within you. No one else needs to know the details of your practice. Keep your focus on the inner marriage, and the results will speak powerfully in your outer experience. Others may wonder at your increasing success and ease, but you will know the source. The deliberate, loving mental marriage with wealth that you have consummated in consciousness. As the days and weeks pass, the new consciousness solidifies. Prosperity becomes your default way of being. You move through life with lightness and confidence, knowing that supply is always available. Bills are paid with calm gratitude. New sources of income reveal themselves naturally. Creative solutions appear for any challenge. This is the natural outcome of a successful mental marriage with wealth. The technique remains simple yet profound. Quiet the mind. Impress the desired idea with genuine feeling, and trust the subconscious to fulfill it perfectly. Apply it faithfully to wealth and watch the transformation unfold in your financial world and beyond. Your mental marriage sets the creative process in motion, and the universe responds in kind, bringing riches and avalanches of abundance when you remain true to the inner union. Continue deepening this commitment every single day. Feel richer. Expect greater things. Give thanks in advance for the prosperity that is already on its way and manifesting in perfect order. The more you live from this place of inner wealth, the more magnificently the outer world reflects it. The mental marriage with wealth is now your living reality, and its blessings will continue to unfold in beautiful, surprising, and ever-increasing ways as long as you cherish and nurture the sacred union in consciousness. Impress the subconscious mind with the idea of wealth repeatedly until it becomes a fixed conviction that reshapes your entire financial reality. Dr. Joseph Murphy taught that the subconscious is the creative medium through which all experiences are formed, and it accepts whatever you impress upon it with feeling as literal truth. It does not reason or argue like the conscious mind. It simply takes the dominant idea you feed it and begins to objectify that idea as conditions, events, and circumstances in your outer world. When you impress the idea of wealth deeply and consistently, The subconscious treats it as an order and sets in motion the infinite intelligence within you to bring forth abundance in harmonious and often surprising ways. The subconscious mind functions like a vast universal bank or a fertile garden. Whatever seed of thought you plant there, whether the idea of plenty or the idea of lack, it magnifies and grows into tangible results. If you deposit thoughts of scarcity, worry about bills, or feelings of not having enough, those become the harvest you reap in the form of financial struggles and missed opportunities. But when you deliberately impress the idea of wealth, the bank account of your life begins to show increasing balances, new income streams open, creative ideas for prosperity emerge, and opportunities flow toward you naturally. Murphy emphasized that wealth is ultimately nothing more than a subconscious conviction on the part of the individual. You do not become rich by mechanically repeating, "I am a millionaire," without emotional acceptance. You grow into wealth consciousness by building the idea of abundance into your mentality until it feels real and natural. To impress the subconscious effectively, you must first quiet the surface activity of the conscious mind. Find a quiet moment, relax your body completely, and enter a drowsy, receptive state, especially powerful just before falling asleep or immediately upon waking. In that relaxed condition, the barrier between conscious and subconscious is thinner and impressions sink deeper without resistance. Choose a clear, harmonious statement that resonates with you, such as, "Wealth flows to me freely and joyously now," or "I am one with the infinite riches of my subconscious mind, and these riches flow to me in avalanches of abundance." Repeat the statement slowly and with deep feeling for about 5 minutes, 3 or 4 times a day. Do not strain or force it. Speak the words as though they are already true, and let the warm feeling of prosperity spread through your entire being. This is the scientific way to impress the deeper mind. Visualization plays a vital role in this impression process. Create vivid mental pictures of the wealthy life you desire. See yourself handling money with ease and gratitude. Picture your bank account growing, bills being paid joyfully, and yourself enjoying the freedom that comes with financial security. Make the images as real and emotionally charged as possible. Feel the joy, the peace, and the excitement of living in abundance. Murphy explained that what you subjectively possess in consciousness through these feeling-rich images, you will objectively experience in your world. The subconscious accepts the mental drama you enact internally and works to externalize it. One powerful technique is to imagine a specific scene that implies the fulfillment of your desire. For example, looking at a statement showing a large balance or receiving congratulations on a successful financial venture. Hold that scene with faith and let it impress deeply. A classic example from Murphy's teachings involves a young boy in Australia who wanted to become a physician but had no money and had not even graduated from high school. He cleaned doctors' offices and did odd jobs to survive. Every night before sleep, he would vividly imagine seeing a diploma on the wall with his name in bold letters. He would mentally clean and polish that diploma, feeling the pride and accomplishment of having earned it. This clear, repeated mental impression sank into his subconscious. In time, a doctor noticed his dedication, sponsored his education through high school and college, and today that young man became a prominent physician. His wealth began as a mental image impressed faithfully upon the subconscious, which then arranged the perfect channels for its manifestation. Another inspiring case is the opera singer who struggled early in her career. After being booed on stage, she developed resentment and fear. Murphy advised her to change her inner impressions. Instead of dwelling on failure, she began to impress her subconscious with love and success. Before performances, she would relax, send out vibrations of goodwill to the audience, and vividly imagine receiving applause and praise for her magnificent voice. She felt the thrill of success deeply. Over time, this new impression replaced the old negative patterns, and she went on to achieve great success and financial reward. Her hidden talents were released because she impressed the right ideas consistently. The subconscious responds best to repetition combined with genuine emotion. Murphy recommended a simple method for building wealth consciousness. Repeat for about 5 minutes, 3 or 4 times a day, statements like, "Wealth, Success. I am prospering every day. I am growing in wealth and wisdom every day. Feel these truths as you say them. A man facing financial difficulties was told to use gentle, non-conflicting affirmations such as, I am prospering every day, rather than bold claims that created inner resistance. By impressing these harmonious ideas repeatedly, his subconscious accepted them, and new opportunities and income appeared, transforming his situation within months. Another person in desperate straits in London was guided to affirm that God was his supply and that all his needs were met. He impressed this idea faithfully, especially before sleep, and his financial picture improved dramatically as unexpected help arrived. Avoid contradicting your impressions with thoughts of lack. If you see something desirable and think, I can't afford that, you impress scarcity instead. Murphy advised replacing such thoughts immediately with, I accept that in divine timing through divine love, or that is for me in divine order. This keeps the subconscious aligned with plenty rather than limitation. The feeling of wealth produces wealth, so maintain the inner mood of abundance at all times. Celebrate the success of others instead of resenting it, because what you bless in others, you draw to yourself. Criticism or envy toward money causes it to flee. Blessing and loving it wisely makes it circulate freely in your experience. The ideal method is to treat the subconscious like a faithful servant that executes your dominant impressions without fail. Engrave the idea of God's wealth upon it by affirming something like, God is the source of my supply, and infinite riches flow to me now. Feel the truth of this. Know that the infinite intelligence within your subconscious knows exactly how to bring wealth to you in the easiest and most harmonious way. It may come through new ideas, inspired actions, helpful people, or unexpected windfalls. Your job is to provide the clear impression and maintain faith without anxious watching or doubt. Doubt is like digging up the seed before it can sprout. It interrupts the creative process. In one account, a businessman reversed a financial crisis by repeatedly impressing his subconscious with vivid pictures of abundance and success. He would relax, see his company thriving, feel the satisfaction of prosperity, and give thanks as though it were already accomplished. His subconscious responded by highlighting opportunities and creative solutions that turned his situation around. Similarly, a struggling artist began impressing ideas of prosperous sales and recognition. Within months, not only did her paintings sell better, but she discovered a talent for teaching and opened an art school that brought her wealth far beyond her original dreams. These examples show that consistent, feeling-filled impressions activate the law of mind reliably. Practice this impression technique systematically. Morning and night are especially effective because the mind is more receptive. Sit or lie comfortably, relax every muscle, and let go of outer concerns. Then impress your chosen idea of wealth with quiet conviction. Use statements that carry emotional weight. Money circulates freely and joyously in my life. There is always a divine surplus, or I am a free-flowing channel for wealth, prosperity, and success. Let the feeling of these words fill you completely. Some find it helpful to write the affirmations or repeat wealth and success simply and persistently until the subconscious accepts them without resistance. The subconscious mind is compulsive by nature and will express whatever is impressed most dominantly. Old patterns of lack may try to surface at first, but do not fight them. Gently replace any limiting thought with your positive impression. Over time, repetition weakens the old conditioning and strengthens the new wealth consciousness. As the idea sinks deeper, you will notice subtle shifts, a lighter attitude toward money, sudden inspirations, small but meaningful improvements in finances. These are signs that the subconscious is at work. Build on them with gratitude and continued impression. Murphy often pointed out that trying to accumulate wealth through hard labor alone can lead to exhaustion without true riches. The smarter way is to impress the subconscious first, so that outer actions become inspired and effortless. When the inner conviction of wealth is established, you naturally make better decisions, attract better opportunities, and act with confidence. People are drawn to your expansive energy. Creative ideas flow because the subconscious is connected to infinite intelligence. Synchronicities occur. The right contact appears. The perfect solution reveals itself. Resources become available exactly when needed. Impressing the subconscious is not a one-time event, but a daily discipline of love and faith. Treat it as planting seeds in rich soil. Water them with positive feeling and expectancy. Protect them from weeds of doubt by replacing negative thoughts instantly. The more consistently you impress the idea of wealth, the faster the subconscious magnifies it into tangible form. One executive convinced his subconscious that he was worth a high salary and enjoyed long cruises. His income rose accordingly, while others with more knowledge but less inner conviction remained stuck. The difference was in the subconscious impression. Another powerful approach is to use the law of substitution. Whenever a bill arrives or a financial concern arises, do not focus on the problem. Instead, impress the solution by affirming, "This is paid in divine order," or "God supplies all my needs lavishly." Feel the relief and gratitude, as though the matter is already resolved. This keeps the subconscious oriented toward supply rather than lack. A minister used a similar simple prayer. God reveals to me better ways to present the truths, and money poured in, allowing his church to thrive without financial worry. The impression was clear, repeated, and accepted with faith. As you continue impressing the subconscious, your entire vibration shifts toward prosperity. You speak more positively about money and life. You make choices from abundance rather than fear. The subconscious begins to act as your silent partner, guiding you toward actions that support growing wealth. Hidden talents may surface, new streams of income appear, and a sense of effortless flow replaces struggle. This is the natural outcome of feeding the deeper mind the idea of wealth repeatedly and with conviction. The subconscious never sleeps and continues working on your impressions even during rest. That is why bedtime impressions are so potent. They work through the night. End each day by impressing wealth consciousness and drift off feeling prosperous. Begin each morning by reinforcing the same idea. This rhythm builds unstoppable momentum. Over weeks and months, the new pattern becomes automatic. Prosperity thinking turns into your default state, and outer results compound beautifully. Dr. Murphy stressed that God, or infinite intelligence, loves to express through you as abundance, harmony, and joy. Impressing the subconscious with wealth honors this divine flow rather than blocking it with thoughts of limitation. You have the right to live richly, and the subconscious is the instrument that makes that right a living reality when you impress it faithfully. There is no shortage except in thinking. Correct the inner impression and the outer supply appears. Keep the process simple and persistent. Choose affirmations or mental scenes that feel believable and meaningful to you. Repeat them with love and expectancy. Visualize clearly. Feel deeply. Trust the creative power within to do the rest without anxious monitoring. The law is infallible. Whatever you impress on the subconscious is expressed on the screen of space as experience. Impress wealth now and let the subconscious magnify it into your financial freedom and abundant living. This practice is available to everyone, regardless of current circumstances or past conditioning. The present moment is where new impressions are made. Release old stories of lack through forgiveness and pivot to the truth of plenty. Every positive impression weakens previous limitations and strengthens the wealth conviction. Stay consistent, and the subconscious will deliver according to the seeds you have planted so faithfully. As the impressions deepen, evidence accumulates. Unexpected checks or refunds arrive. Better deals appear. Inspired business ideas come. Helpful people enter your life at the right time. These manifestations confirm that the subconscious is responding perfectly to what you have impressed upon it. Celebrate them quietly and continue the practice with even greater faith. The cycle of impression and expression accelerates, bringing larger and more frequent demonstrations of abundance. Impressing the subconscious with wealth is ultimately an act of self-mastery. You become the conscious director of your inner garden rather than letting random thoughts or outer conditions plant whatever they will. By choosing the idea of wealth and feeding it repeatedly with feeling, you align with the infinite supply that surrounds you. The subconscious, being infinitely responsive and powerfully creative, takes your clear command and brings forth riches in ways that often exceed your expectations. Continue this beautiful work of impression every day. Let every quiet moment, every bedtime ritual, every morning affirmation engrave the truth of abundance deeper into your being. The more attention and emotional energy you give to the idea of wealth, the more magnificently the subconscious will objectify it in your experience. Wealth consciousness becomes your natural state, and life reflects that inner richness in ever-expanding ways. The technique remains reliable and profound in its simplicity. Relax, impress the desired idea with vivid feeling and repetition, and trust the subconscious to fulfill it in perfect order. Apply it diligently to wealth, and watch as your financial world transforms through the creative power you have awakened within. Your repeated impressions are the seeds from which a harvest of prosperity grows steadily and surely. Keep nourishing the subconscious with these life-giving ideas of abundance. Let the conviction settle firmly that wealth is your natural expression. The subconscious mind delights in responding to such clear, loving commands, bringing forth the riches you have impressed so consistently and faithfully.